really good view. It's pretty wide angle for the front lens right now, so I'm going to turn off the lights right now and see how it goes. So pretty exciting, guys. I finally got my hands on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Today was the launch date of these phones, and I'm pretty stoked because of basically just the camera features, the new camera features available on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So in today's video, we're just going to test out mostly on the camera features itself, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the iPhone 11, which have the similar camera specs for the ultra wide angle and the wide angle lens, and also the front facing camera. And we're also going to compare these cameras on these new phones against a 1-month-old phone, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10, and of course my ever trusty iPhone XS, which was bought last year. So besides concentrating on the camera features in this video, I'm also going to test out the boot up speed, and Apple has also claimed to improve the Face ID, so we're going to test out how good the Face ID is and whether or not if there's any improvements. Because what I experienced on the iPhone XS is that, especially when you're sitting down and the phone is on the table and you're doing stuff and you just want to look at the message that came in, and basically the Face ID, if you're at an angle, doesn't really unlock. So that's one of the frustrating things about the iPhone XS Face ID, and also I experienced it on the same issue on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. So there are a few differences between the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone 11, one being in size and weight. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is heavier and also slightly bigger than the iPhone 11. In terms of build quality, the iPhone 11 is made of stainless steel, whereas the iPhone 11 is made of aluminium. The biggest difference, besides the price of course, is the display on the front. Much higher and better display on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And lastly is the battery life. The iPhone 11 Pro Max has a slightly bigger battery than the iPhone 11. But I guess most of y'all who are actually interested in the iPhones should have already watched the other videos that the other YouTubers made. So in this video, I'm just going to concentrate more on the cameras. So besides the obvious fact that the iPhone 11 is lacking the telephoto lens, the camera specs for the ultra wide angle and the wide angle and also the front facing cameras are exactly the same. But the reason why I'm so excited about the Apple iPhone 11 is because I actually bought the Samsung S10 in the beginning of the year, and I also bought the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 because I was pretty excited about the ultra wide angle lens. Normally if I'm actually shooting videos on my iPhone, I will normally couple it with the GoPros because of this extra wide angle lens. But right now, since that Apple actually included this ultra wide angle lens, I can actually more or less forego the GoPro when I do my travel vlogs and stuff next time. I'm actually planning to sell off the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. The key difference is when I bought it, I expected the ultra wide angle lens on the S10 and the Note 10 to be able to shoot at 4K 60 frames per second, but unfortunately I bought the S10 first. It didn't have the 4K 60 on the ultra wide angle lens. I sold it off. I bought the Note 10 expecting a slightly better camera or an upgrade in the camera, but it was exactly the same camera system as the S10. So the ultra wide angle lens again couldn't shoot at 4K 60 and could only go up to 4K 30 frames per second. So iPhone actually came up and the ultra wide angle lenses can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second on both these phones. Not only that, the front facing cameras on the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pro Max all can shoot at 4K 60 frames per second. So that's absolutely brilliant, and I'm just loving this new camera system that the iPhone has come up with. And we're also going to be testing out the night mode feature, which is also new to the iPhone. I've been testing out for a while, and the night mode can only work when you're taking normal photographs. It doesn't work on any other mode besides the photo mode. It doesn't work on video or portrait and panoramas and stuff. So the night mode only works on the back camera. Night mode does not work on the ultra wide angle lens on both cameras. So night mode doesn't work on video and portraits, and the ultra wide angle lens doesn't have night mode as well. I will be coming up with more videos on these two phones together with the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 tomorrow when I go down to the park and start shooting some videos, some 4K 60 videos, trying to make some cinematic videos on these two cameras to just test out, especially the ultra wide angle lens now available. So let's get straight to the video. Alright, so right now we're going to start off with the boot speed test. I've got all four phones involved: the Samsung Note 10, the Samsung XS, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and the iPhone 11. I'm pretty interested to find out how fast the 813 chip, which is so highly acclaimed by Apple, against the Samsung Note 10's processor, and as well as the iPhone XS, which has the 812 chip. Alright, so in this portion over here, I just wanted to show you the screen resolution between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Right off the bat, you can tell that the iPhone 11 Pro Max screen is much brighter. And over here, just wanted to show you the camera settings on the new iPhone iOS 13, and also to show you what the camera menu looks like and how the camera menu differs between the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone 11. I've set both phones to 4K 60 frames per second, which seems to control all the cameras on the phone, including the front camera, which is now able to shoot at 4K 60 frames per second. So after this, we're going to take some photographs just to test out if there is any picture quality difference, since they are both using the exact same camera setup and specs. The front-facing camera now has the ability to switch to a wider field of view for taking group selfies. However, this switching of a wider field of view is not available on portrait or video mode. On paper, both phones have the exact same camera setups, so I would expect the exact same picture and video qualities on both cameras. The photographs taken on both cameras look more alike. However, the videos on the iPhone XS Pro Max looks sharper and has a better color science than the ones taken on iPhone 11. First up, we got the iPhone 11, and we're going to test out the audio quality and the front-facing camera in video mode to see whether there's any difference from the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And then we're going to turn off the lights and see how the video on the front camera performs in low light conditions as well. So testing 1 2, testing 1 2. So right now I am on the iPhone 11 on the front-facing camera, which shoots 4K 60 frames per second, so that's pretty cool. The Samsung Galaxy S10 and the Note 10's front camera cannot shoot at 4K 60, so I'm an arm's length away, and this is pretty much a really good view. It's pretty wide angle for the front lens right now, so I'm going to turn off the lights right now and see how it goes. Just gonna get some light from the outside. You can see that it's really dark on the screen. It's totally black. So right now I'm gonna switch it up to photo mode and see how that performs. Right now we're going to go portrait mode as well. So the first picture in portrait mode was I had the flash on. Right now I'm going to turn off the flash. And right now I'm going to switch to the back camera and see if the auto exposure in really night conditions, because it has a feature called night mode, which automatically activates itself once it detects that the surrounding area is dark. And you can see that pretty cool. So you can see that when you are in video mode, the night mode does not happen. It only happens when you shift it to video mode. In portrait mode is a lot darker, but in photo mode you activate the night mode and you can see a lot brighter. So I'm going to take a photograph right now with the back camera. Pretty nice. Okay, I'll take it in an even darker area where it's basically pitch dark over here. So how does that turn out? Now it's blur, so we gotta wait a few seconds when you take a photograph not to move the camera around too much. See that night mode is activated. You can see the words on the bottom right, night mode. So you can adjust how long you want the exposure to be right at the bottom here. So we're gonna leave it at auto 3 seconds and just take a photograph again. Okay, so that should be 3 seconds, I believe. And oh, that's pretty cool. So in night mode, you can even press the edit button. You can choose auto or you can manually expose it. So some new features. But the funny thing is, it only activates the night mode when it detects a really dark area. When you are in the dark, it will automatically initiate on its own. It's not a feature that you can turn on and off. I'm gonna close the door right now and I'm gonna show you this. So don't know whether you can see me or not, but you can hear me. So right now you can see we are in the photo mode, and it's right now in night mode. At the top here you can choose how many seconds you want. Let's go the maximum of 10 seconds and just take a photograph. Let it autofocus a bit. Let the clock run down for it to gather some light. Oh, pretty cool. So this is what the photograph turned out. So let's go back to automatic 3 seconds and see how's the difference between the 10 seconds. We're gonna adjust this at the top left. We're gonna put it's already at auto 3 seconds, so we're just gonna let it autofocus. 3 seconds. 10 seconds, 3 seconds. Not a whole lot of difference. So that is the night mode feature. Unfortunately, this feature is not available on the front camera and in video mode. So pretty cool. So we're going to shift on to the iPhone Pro Max 11 and see the difference in picture quality. Okay, so right now I'm on my iPhone 11 Pro Max and we're going to test out the night mode as well. I'm just going to take some photographs on the front camera. So this is the test on the front facing camera and in portrait mode as well. And then we're gonna turn off the lights and open the door and get some a little bit of light in. I'm gonna turn on the flash as well. The night mode is not available on the front camera, so we're going to switch to the back camera and test out the night mode. I'm going to switch to the back camera and I'm going to try out ultra wide angle lens. There doesn't seem to be night mode available on the ultra wide angle lens as well. Only in normal mode using the wide angle lens. So you can see night mode is activated. I'm gonna turn off the flash and you can see night mode is activated. So when you have flash mode on, night mode gets deactivated. When you turn off the flash, night mode goes on and you got that number of seconds. So we're gonna take a photograph. I'm gonna hold it there for 3 seconds. And we're done. So we're gonna test out telephoto. So basically, night mode is also available on telephoto, but not on the ultra wide angle lens. Hold it there for 3 seconds. So very nice. Slightly blurry. See that? Slightly blurry, but looks a lot brighter. Let's try that again. Okay, that's a lot better. So night mode, and we're gonna close the door right now, and we're gonna start with 3 seconds. Let it autofocus. And we're gonna do the maximum 10 seconds also, and see if that makes a difference. Holding it there for 10 seconds. Trying to be as stable as possible. So here it is. Looks relatively the same. And yeah, basically that's it. And night mode is not available on video mode, and night mode is not available in portrait mode as well. So only in photo mode and in 1x and the wide angle lens and the telephoto lens. So basically that's some news about the camera. So yep. So one thing Apple did say is that they improved their Face ID and much faster Face ID. So I'm going to test it out. So one thing really frustrating about the iPhone X, as previously about the Face ID, is that when you're sitting down and you're doing some work and stuff, and then if you want to check your phone, you need to tilt your phone upwards like this most of the times to get it to unlock. So I'm going to test out how much did they really improve their Face ID on your iPhone 11 and the Pro Max. So for example, if you're sitting right here and you're using the computer and stuff, and let's see if this can unlock your phone. Alright, so you need to tilt over it for it to unlock, and sometimes it's at the side, you're using your keyboard and stuff, and a message comes in, and so we're going to test it out on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. That didn't work either. Alright, so still seems the same kind of Face ID to me. So at the side here, and if you're doing your work and stuff, message comes in. Let's try that again. Didn't work. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. As mentioned just now, stay tuned for more upcoming videos. These two phones, especially recording video in daytime, taking photographs and stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.